Hey guys, how's it going? It's Delta, back for another video. And today I'm going to be showing you how to build this blueprint for a 750 kelp per hour kelp farm that takes up a total space of 8 wide by 19 long by 13 high. That works very perfectly with our ultra small infinite kelp smelter over here that I'll be showing you how to add to the bottom at the end of this build. And a simple infinitely expandable design right here, which is just 1 by 5. It is the bare minimum that you're going to need. And for the material list, you're going to need 5 black concrete, dropper, 3 observers, 2 pistons. I'll get you this little neat thing right here. Place 2 blocks on either side, dropper facing upwards. Put your observers facing outwards towards the kelp. Put our last observer up top. Black concrete on the middle, above that middle observer. 2 pistons on either side. And there you go. Span that as much as you want. But if you want the 750 kelp farm, we're going to need a total of... Hey guys, cutting off my past self here because doing the video I actually ran out of blocks. I made a little bit of a mistake in how many we need. So the actual number of building materials we're going to need is 15 stacks of blocks of your choice. With 10 of those stacks are going to be visible to the main area, 5 of them not. Generally you probably have a bit extra, actually should have a pretty good amount extra just for the final layer. If you want to, grab 16 stacks just to be on the safe side, but everything else in the video is as good as ever. Thank you guys for watching, and hope it didn't mess up too much. Peace out. For the actual interior, I'm going to need a stack of pistons plus 44, 54 droppers, 2 stacks of observers plus 34, a 16 hoppers, 4 chests, 64 kelp, 50 kelp added onto that, 2 water buckets, and then 3 stacks of oak signs. And then I'd recommend a pickaxe and a helmet that has aqua affinity or respiration, just to help you out in case you need to get actually into the water. Which you really shouldn't need to, but it's always good to come prepared. Go ahead and grab all these materials. Alright. And to get started, we're going to take our exterior and interior blocks. I'm going to build ourselves the exterior wall first. It's going to be it's going to be 19 long by 8 wide. It's just going to be 1 block thick for now. Alright, there we go. Next up, we're going to do the interior. Place 2 blocks on the front. Skip this 3rd line. Oh no, fill the 3 lines up. Skip the 4th line. Continue to fill up. And do the next 4 lines. Skip the next one. Going to do another 4. Just like so. Skip this line. And you're going to finish off filling the rest of it entirely. Just like so. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and grab our droppers. And just place them on the flooring where we left those exposed lines. Make sure they're all facing the same direction, which is upwards. Next up, take our observers. Fill out the next to the droppers caddy corner, making sure the observers are facing outwards. First layer is going to be easy. Second one, you have to jump on the other observers to make sure they face out. Alright, there we go. Next up, we're going to take our remaining observers, put them in the middle, facing downwards towards the dropper. Now I'm going to take our non-visible blocks again, and along with our pistons, place the non-visible on top of the middle observers, just like so. And then take our pistons, put them facing the same direction as the observers. So this is going to be the basic design for the entire build. Just the 2nd and 3rd layer are going to be a little bit different to the 1st, and how the water moves. We'll get to that in a moment. So there we go. Now we've got this. Whenever you place a block or anything happens in front of the observer, both sides of these pistons should activate, which helps keep kelp fresh in case we do get a old kelp that does not like to grow to a 2nd height. So going from there, we're going to take our exterior blocks again, and we're going to fill out another wall on the outside. Then leave 2 on the front exposed. So we finish it up. And leave 2 on the back exposed. I'm going to build another layer on top of this one. Same thing with the exposed 2 blocks in the front and back. That's going to be for our chests and our droppers. I'm going to take our chests, put them down like so. Oop. Did think of grabbing an axe. You can have them separated, but I recommend having them, conjoined. Take our droppers, put them connected to the chest. Same thing over here. Now we're going to build our actual droppers. Take your blocks right here, put them along the bottom row, just to cover that up. 2 droppers connecting to those, with 2 more connected to the center. Go on over to the other side. Same exact thing. Connected to the center, connected to the outside. There's our collection system. Now what we're going to want to do is take our water buckets and we're going to fill out the pistons. It's going to be a little bit loud. There we go. So I'm going to turn down the sound real quick. It's a little bit loud. Make sure all of these are infinite water sources. Just to make it easier there. Take our kelp. Fill in the bottom. Oop. See that I totally didn't just fall in. Take some of these spare blocks and just build my way back up. Okay, there we go. Now what we're going to want to do is build another exterior wall. There we go. Now we've got the wall built up. Take our non-visible blocks again. Put just a row of them in the middle. Okay, from here, I'm going to take either one of our blocks that we currently have and just build them out like so. There we go. I'm going to take our water. Going to place it down like so, just against this little middle section. When you finish, the water should flow all the ways across and onto the hoppers. If you don't put these blocks down, it'll just flow to where the nearest hole is. Won't go all the way to the end. Next up, going to want to get rid of these blocks. This is where that aqua affinity comes in. Oh, comes in handy. And hold up. There we go. But I might have accidentally messed up all the pistons. Sometimes when you activate the pistons, they will actually shoot out and destroy the entire machine. You can fix it just by putting another piston down or destroying and rebuilding. I'd recommend just using a piston. Should have got all those blocks. Gonna fill up this kelp again. I accidentally destroyed. Make sure to get all the blocks that just fell into the collection system. Alright, next up, doing the same thing for the other side. So this is the basic build for the bottom layer. You can expand that in either direction, left or right. Now for the second layer, you could build the same exact thing, but I have a different method that only uses these bottom droppers. So, I'm going to start off by building an extra layer of wall. And I'm going to build out a floor right here. Actually, don't build out this middle one. That was my bad. We still got to place observers down. So we're going to do the exact same pattern we did below for the bottom floor. Which is just going to have holes cut out on the sides. Don't build at the end. Points cut out on the side. not the side, the middle, for the droppers. And then the ends are going to also be open for blocks to fall off from the higher layers into the lower. Which again just makes the resources needed a little bit less. You don't have to, you could just repeat this bottom layer all the ways up. But if you want to save just a little bit of materials, I recommend going this way. Alright, take our observers. We'll make sure they're facing upwards, just where we left those holes. Like I said, same exact pattern of below. Just up here. Take our observers and pistons again. Same exact thing. You're going to take the observers, face them outwards. Building the second layer. This is mostly going to be the exact same as below, so if you want to skip forward, you can. It does seem to be that I might... Actually, I definitely don't have enough blocks for the exterior. I'm not too sure why. Alright, so now that we have the second layer, I'm going to put our signs down along these top two where the observer and the piston are facing. You technically only need the bottom one, but I just do both. Make sure that there's no faults in the system. Now this is going to do is make sure that when you place down your water, it doesn't actually get clogged up. Next up, we're going to get another wall down. Now, on the middle section, what we're going to do is place down the water without any blocks in the center. Just like so. What this is going to do, make sure that the water goes just one block before these signs, which just, again, helps make stuff a little bit cheaper instead of having an extra layer of signs. From there, I'm going to destroy the blocks again. Alright, so that's already 2 layers down. Now for the next layer, it is going to be just an exact repeat of this one. And for any extra layers upwards, you are just going to repeat the same thing. Now we get to build the final layer, which is going to be the roof. And that's going to be it for the main tutorial. Few things that I've noticed is that when the kelp grows and the piston destroys it, what's going to happen is, I'll just use this one, is this middle block right here won't float any kelp up. So you might have kelp that's floating right below it. You might lose some kelp to despawn. Shouldn't be enough to really matter though. This isn't a lossless farm, it's kind of just a really efficient one for building material. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know if I said this, but each layer of this is going to give you 250 kelp and supports roughly one of these machines here. So just build to what you need. So now that I've got the main kelp farm actually built, I'm going to show you how to turn all these into dried kelp blocks using complete automation and the brand new 1.21 crafter. So it's going to be real quick and simple. Going to need 23 hoppers, pickaxe, a shovel to start off with. And then you're going to want to dig out 5 from the outermost wall you choose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then just dig a staircase all the ways down until you hit our little wall here. You want to dig out by 5 blocks, hit the bottom. I'm going to dig out a 4 by 4 by 5 area. Alright, and from that, on this far left wall, you're going to dig a little staircase until you get a 1 by 3 zone. Now we're going to take our hoppers, store the far right side of the bottom where the chest is. Place 1 hopper, place 2 hoppers, place 3 hoppers. all connected together. On the right side of the hopper to the wall, connect one into it, and then you're going to build that all the ways back till here. Now we're going to dig a 1x3 all the way to the end of our machine. Alright, and once we reach the end, dig out the block underneath the chest, hopper 1, come all the ways back to the end, the start of the tunnel, and just connect all these hoppers into each other up until we reach the final one. Go ahead and fill back in the area if you want. You don't have to, but I'd recommend it so no mobs spawn in. Make it just a bit safer. Alright, then from this, we're actually going to go get our rest of our materials now. Don't need the shovel. Grab all these. Now I'm going to build this design over here, just underground. From the middle section, place down 2 blocks, redstone torch, 2 more blocks, another redstone torch. I'm going to do rail, powered rail, rail, detector rail. At this block right here, put 1 hopper into it, another hopper into that one. Now we're going to take our crafter to place it into the facing into the hopper. Store these 2 blocks. Hopper into the crafter. Take our smoker, put it down into that hopper. Chest right next to it. Hopper feeds into the chest. Hopper feeds into the smoker. Another hopper into that hopper. Place down our last bits of railing. Going to place down our minecart with hopper. Let it start going. And there we go. You can now expand this to whatever you need. If you want to add a front to it, you can. Anything else. But, yeah. Oh, you will need to put an initial piece of whatever fuel source you need into the smoker to get going. But after that, first fuel source, you won't need to worry. Actually, you'd need 2 coal. Because you need a total of 9 to get it going. But from there, you can expand it if you want to have a front. You can fill it out, whatever you want to do. If you want to make sure you get the dried kelp blocks a bit sooner, go ahead and fill out this item hopper with 4 blocks here. And this one with another 4 blocks, but of a different variety. And you got to make sure that both the smoker and this first hopper have... the first smoker has to have a stack in it. This hopper needs to have 1 in order to have that work. But you don't need to do it. Let me actually show you what that's going to look like real quick. Go ahead and say I get some concrete, some lime, some black, and then dried kelp. So let's say this first one is completely full. The smoke is completely full. This first hopper is going to have a backlog, which you can do. Fill this one in. You've already got a backlog here, so it can't fill up anymore. Fill it right here. I'd say probably have like a good 2 or 3 in here, so when it fills up, you don't have to worry. But there you go. Now once these all get stacked, all the rest will go into this chest. You'll have all the profit you want. Thank you all for watching this mega video, which is a combination of the kelp farm and kelp farm transformation, turning into complete automation. If you guys like this video, please go down to the little subscribe button there, give it a little click, it's going to help me out a lot, and give the video a like if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, guys.